Your court television news starting now.
Good morning or good afternoon, depending on what side of the country you're at. And welcome to the NJCourts television news channel. I'm your host today, NJCourts, breaking your latest breaking news court update. But good morning, good afternoon. I hope everybody's having a fantastic start to their Sunday. Hopefully a great ending to the weekend. I've had a pretty decent one, so I can't complain. But I like I said yesterday, as we broke some news in regards to the what's his name, the Fuentes gentleman. Excuse me, I'm having a little bit of brain fart as far as his first name, but either way. As I mentioned yesterday in our live stream or live broadcast, I wasn't expecting to do anything as far as any more breaking news updates. I was going to plan on doing something fun for you guys this weekend, and I still am, possibly this evening. But some news came onto my desk this morning regarding the individual you're seeing the thumbnail, the TikTok sensation, Lieutenant Dan, which some of you may have no clue who Lieutenant Dan is, as I was just introduced to him maybe about a month ago when he started getting in some troubles. But I'll give you a nice little brief introduction. We're definitely going to be going down the rabbit hole. I've got a lot of little videos and clips to play for you to give you a good introduction to who Lieutenant Dan is. And then we're going to take a look at why he's landed himself in jail again and why he's got court tomorrow. So for some of you that know who this character is, breaking news. He's been arrested again. He was arrested last month in Tampa, but he was arrested, I think, December the 5th last week in, it's Broward County, but more specifically, it was, we've got so many people we cover out of Florida. It starts getting a little bit all the same. Oh, man, come on, NJ, get ready here. This last arrest, was out of Broward County, more specifically, I think Fort Lauderdale area. I may be wrong, but let's just call it Broward County. He's currently in custody at the Broward County main jail. So, kick back, relax. Like I said, I'm going to be as informative as I can with an introduction to who Lieutenant Dan is, a.k.a. his government name, which is Joseph, and I may pronounce this incorrectly. I think it's, let me see here. I don't want to pronounce it incorrectly, so let me just, Malinowski. I think that's as close as I can get it. But Joseph Malinowski, a.k.a. Lieutenant Dan. Again, this guy came to fame as a TikTok viral sensation when he pretty much disobeyed the government's orders to evacuate the Hurricane Milton area and refused to leave his tiny little boat/vessel that was harbored somewhere in the Tampa Bay area. And pretty much was the only individual, I guess, probably out there, and hence why the news covered him. He did his own little TikTok videos of him. Everybody in the United States wanted to know if he was going to survive the hurricane, and obviously he did. But we're going to watch some videos. More specifically, we're going to watch one from Inside Edition. He was covered by Inside Edition, ABC, NBC, all the local news agencies for surviving this hurricane. And come to realize he even had survived without, still disobeying all the evacuation orders. Hurricane Milton, which had passed a couple of weeks prior to the whole, viral videos that came out in coverage of him for refusing to leave the Hurricane Milton area. Or no, Hurricane Helene was before Hurricane Milton. Sorry, my Florida people. Anyways, I think you catch the drift. But we're going to watch a good video that's going to introduce you to this guy. We're going to go over what charges. This guy's got quite a bit of record. I don't even know, especially for this type of individual that seems like he's kind of a grifter. What I mean by that, seems like he travels a lot. And he may have charges all around the United States, allegedly. I don't know. But we are going to take a look at the charges that he's currently facing in court, what he's going to be facing tomorrow. And we'll look at what got him in trouble last month in the Hillsborough County, or more specifically Tampa Bay area, which again made news. And most recently, this last arrest made news. So, like I said, some of you may have already heard about this. Some of you, this may be brand spanking new to you. So, buckle up. But let me just say hi to you guys in chat. Oh, let me get my little banner going here in the morning. Still morning for me. It's 10:38 where I'm at. But good morning, everybody. Good morning, members of the jury. Good morning, Mark Miller, first in chat, followed by Roofer in the house, then ICU coming in third, then me in fourth. Technically, I was first because I set it up, but I'll let you guys have it. We got Coconut Cult. Happy Sunday to you as well. What up, Blop? Cheers to you. Got Sunshinery in the house. Welcome to my mod squad. Xanax God 666 with a lock 'em up. Sicilian Princess in the house. Good afternoon to you, my friend. We've got, going down the line, Pamela Week 1976 in the house. Going down. Aaron, what up? Florida seems ratchet for sure. 100%. Just to give you a quick reminder of who we've covered on this channel, specifically from Florida. And I may not be doing this in any type of order, but I'll try. We had the Ganville court hearing, which I had a chance to go down and do live out of the court itself and bring that to you guys as far as part of our exciting live coverage here on the NJCourts TV channel. So that was in Florida. So Ganville. And then we didn't, that was our only trip to Florida. So covering everybody else from the studio, we did the James or Jimmy the Shithead, or AKA Jimmy the Christian case. We did cover the Elisa Jordana whole incident and her short brief case. Who else did we cover? We covered a little bit of SJC's whole, I think, Thanksgiving incident. Man, I know there's a lot more people. Obviously, we're covering Lieutenant Dan now. Come on, help me out, Chad. I know I'm missing. Oh, don't forget Aaron Travis, a.k.a. Action Man, who's originally from the Florida area, or originally when we started covering him, he had gotten those charges down in Florida. Most recently, he's picked up charges where I think he's kind of temporarily staying at in Austin, Texas. I know we've done some other individuals from there, but it just doesn't come to my head. KK, yes, you're right. KK was from Broward, Florida. Seems like Broward County, more specifically, in Florida, attracts a lot of these, we'll just call them crazy people. No offense to anybody that may be from there, because I had a great time when I was down in Florida. So, beautiful state. All right, but welcome, everybody. What up, Zen? Good to see you, another member of the Mod Squad. What up, Walmart customer? Welcome. Some of y'all's names get me, man, and I love it. You guys crack me up. All right, here we go. Let's get started. Let me take a little swig of my water, and we'll get crack-a-lacking. Like I said, first thing I'll do is just play a video. Like I said, I want to give you a little context, but I'm more of a visual person, so this is a pretty – I took a look at a lot of the other clips from some of the other big news stations covering this guy, and the Inside Edition one I thought was the best. It kind of told you in like about a 3-minute clip, gave you a pretty good, overview of who he is. Like I said, then we're going to get more into detail as far as what this guy did to get himself most recently in trouble, as well as the troubles he got last month out of Tampa, which surprisingly, based on everything I've read so far, seems to be kind of the same shit. So, you know what they say, what's the definition of insanity? You know what I mean? It's just repeating the same thing and over and expecting a different result, which never happens. It's kind of seems the same with this guy. And you guys will see once we get into the nitty gritty of things. But Charles, no. I don't know if you're Marlo. That's Virginia Beach. But anyways, let's get going here. So let me start with the Inside Edition clip to introduce you guys to Lieutenant Dan. Like I said, this guy most recently just came into light because of his whole, his combination of his TikTok videos and all the, national attention that he received for pretty much surviving. First off, it was when they first started his coverage before the hurricane came was, him disobeying the evacuation orders and refusing to leave his vessel. And then, once the hurricane was coming, everybody was just sitting there waiting to see whether this guy was going to make it or not. And I guess that just brought a whole shit ton of attention. And since then, he's just been posting TikTok videos. And I guess according to one video we're going to watch, he's even, I guess, picked up, and again, this is allegedly a Kick deal. And that was from Aiden Ross, who I just read Aiden Ross is leaving Kick. So that might not even go through. But it's my understanding he also had a GoFundMe that was made for him that made over $40K to help him out, like get a new boat or fix his boat or whatever he was asking, help for. But it's my understanding he hasn't done much. A lot of people have reached out to me to bring coverage about this guy. So I hope this answers a lot of those people's questions that had reached out to me. But he definitely just, you're going to see a lot of the same traits and characteristics. And I've said this plenty of times, a lot of the people we cover, they just don't seem to ever learn from many of the mistakes and troubles they get in. And they always seem like they're just using these platforms to scam, and lo and behold, another TikTok star that has an extensive criminal record and just wants money. Anyways, so let's start with that first clip. Here we go. Just give me 1 second. We'll get going. Oh, and hopefully you guys see the little banner going on in the bottom just so I can get the commercial out of the way. Please. And I said I was already going to do this every stream till the end of the year. So don't say I didn't tell you. Please don't forget, we've still got about just over 20 buttons remaining for a good cause project that if we sell all those by the end of the year, you guys will make my Christmas wish. But $3 only. Hold on. Let me show them to you for those of you that may be new to the stream and haven't seen these before. And the profit from this after the button and the shipping is just about $1. No, it's $1.50, excuse me. And all those profits are going to go into like a little pool, and at the end of the year, hopefully, you guys are going to decide on what nonprofit, what organization you think deserves those profits, and we're going to take all that money and donate it to them. So this is how the button looks. $3 a button. You can reach out to me in email, Instagram. You can send the money through Venmo, PayPal, and Cash App are the three ways that we're doing right now the fundraiser. Okay. So got it out of the way. Just as a reminder, I'm going to have that scrolling on the bottom all stream. And here we go. All right. Share screen. And I've got everything ready. So this should go pretty smooth. I say that, though. Hopefully I didn't jinx myself. All right. Here we go. Yep. We're doing good so far. Let me get this full screen mode. Make sure you guys can see what I'm looking at. Excellent. And here's your introduction to Lieutenant Dan, a.k.a. Joseph, what did I say? Malinowski. I think that's as best as I'm going to be able to pronounce it. Here we go.
There's one man all of America was rooting for during the hurricane. He's known as Lieutenant Dan. Yes, after the character in Forrest Gump. He lives on a boat in Tampa, and video of him peeking out from his vessel went viral. Since he wasn't evacuating, many assumed he was a goner, but we're happy to report Lieutenant Dan survived the storm.
He made it. The stubborn one-legged sailor known as Lieutenant Dan survived Hurricane Milton on his 20-foot sailboat.
What did it feel like?
It was a lot of bumping around, a lot of bouncing around.
Lieutenant Dan became a viral sensation this week when he refused to leave his boat in Tampa Bay and take shelter.
A guy who's gone viral for refusing evacuation orders.
He's refusing to go to a shelter.
As Milton bore down on Tampa, concern for Dan grew. Would his little boat withstand Milton's wrath?
Lieutenant Dan!
Would he ride out the storm like the inspiration for his nickname, Lieutenant Dan, the legless war hero from the movie Forrest Gump? We caught up with him as he was checking his vessel for damage.
How's the boat today? Did it take any beating?
It took a little bit of a beating. It's got some cosmetic damage, but that's about it.
Why did you decide to stay on your boat?
Because I live here and it's all I have.
Lieutenant Dan's real name is Joseph Malinowski, and he has a checkered past, numerous run-ins with the law, and battles with addiction. But as locals gathered by his boat today to check in on him, he says his newfound fame will offer him a fresh start.
How was it?
It's fine.
What are your plans next, Lieutenant Dan?
I want to get some sleep. I didn't sleep at all last night.
Well, there you go. So there's your brief introduction into Lieutenant Dan. So obviously he's made it through the hurricane, but like I said earlier, that's pretty much where his claim to fame comes from, and now we're here. So give you just another quick little video. This was a video from NBC, I think. This was before the hurricane came. Okay, so that was obviously after I guess interview was prior to Hurricane Milton hitting. And again, remember, I guess supposedly he had done the same thing. He had disobeyed evacuation orders for Hurricane Helene, which had hit a couple of weeks prior to Milton. So here's that video. Again, this is from NBC News. It's just from their short video clips. Let me just make sure you guys can see. He braved the storm. And I mean, don't forget, I get the point. You know, I used to live out in an RV park. There's a lot of people that are on fixed income that obviously when emergencies happen, they don't have the money to evacuate to a friend's house or fly to families. But don't forget, that's why the government has places for people that may not be able to leave the county that are considered safe zones or evacuation zones, which he was refusing to leave to. I don't know if it was to garner attention. I don't think at the time he knew he was going to get this much attention, but maybe it was just like he said, because he didn't want to leave his vessel. Baseline measure. Thank you so much. Celebrating a 20-month membership anniversary. Appreciate branching out other YouTubers outside the network. Hey, no worries. I'm trying to expand the coverage a bit. So, you know, and even then, these people still aren't like, you know, like on the big radar of like, you know, national attention size YouTubers, like, you know, if Jake Paul allegedly got in trouble or something like that. But, you know, they still get a little of attention. But I feel that a lot of these, you know, national stations still don't get into the nitty gritty like, you know, we do here at the NJCourts TV channel. And just like you're about to witness here in a few minutes, once we start checking out some of his case files and things of that sort. So I appreciate you being a member for 20 months, my friend. You know that's going to get a gavel slam for sure. Oh, man, come on now. I thought I was ready this morning. How could I not have the gavel ready? Hold on. Here it is. You guys know what to do in chat. Spam them gavels in chat for me, please. Roofer says LT Dan was going to sue Aiden Ross, but he didn't have a leg to stand on. But Roofer. All right. Baseline, appreciate it. Thank you so much, man, and all your support. All right, so here we go. So again, this was from ABC News clips, and this was Lieutenant Dan prior to Hurricane Milton hitting. So let's see what he had to say.
Right now, I'm writing out. Don't get me wrong. If I start bouncing around and I start hearing things crack and break, I'm getting the hell out of here. I don't fear the storm. I don't fear anything, but the government, the police, the mayor, everybody's trying to get me to leave in the worst way. I wish they would leave me alone. If nobody saw me on TikTok, I'd be out here by myself right now, doing the same thing I'm doing right now, just sitting here. They don't do anything to help you. They just tell you that you have to leave, that it's a flood zone or whatever, and that you have to evacuate. Well, where am I supposed to go? And how am I supposed to get there? I don't have a car. I don't have anywhere to go. And then you tell me you're going to put me in a shelter. I'm not going to a shelter. I've been to shelters and I've seen what goes on in them. I'm doing my own thing. And if I'm risking my life, then so be it. I'm in God's hands. Right now, I'm writing out. Don't get me wrong. If I start bouncing around and I start hearing things crack and break, I'm getting the hell out of here. I don't fear the storm. I don't fear anything, but the government, the police, the mayor, everybody's trying to get me to leave in the worst way. I wish they would leave me alone. If nobody saw me on TikTok, I'd be out here by myself right now, doing the same thing I'm doing right now, just sitting here. They don't do anything to help you. They just tell you that you have to leave, that it's a flood zone or whatever, and that you have to evacuate. Well, where am I supposed to go? And how am I supposed to get there? I don't have a car. I don't have anywhere to go, and then you tell me you're going to put me in a shelter. I'm not going to a shelter. I've been to shelters and I've seen what goes on in them. I'm doing my own thing, and if I'm risking my life, then so be it. I'm in God's hands. Right now, I'm riding out. Don't get me wrong. If I start bouncing around and
So that was him prior to the hurricane hitting. Let me shut him up here really quick. All right, LT Dan. All right. So, and obviously we saw the Inside Edition, and obviously since he's been literally, I think so he got arrested last month, and most recently he was arrested December 5th. So let me show you his, let me get this off of here. Let me show you his most recent mugshot, which you see on the thumbnail, but let's look at what he was arrested for. Now, I'll give you a little bit of some background really quick, just to make it short. Basically, this guy, stemming from, I think, 2021, some charges back then, which were basically the same thing that he's facing now, and he's faced on a lot of his previous charges that he's had to go to court for, which is pretty much not having a valid driver's license or operating either a motorcycle or another vehicle that he may have, because he's had both charges, operating a motorcycle and operating a vehicle without a proper or valid driver's license, unregistered vessel, unregistered vehicle, not displaying registration or having valid registration or tags. So basically, the guy doesn't seem like he registers any of his vehicles or boats, nor cares to have a valid driver's license to operate any of them. And that's been kind of the thing that's gotten him in trouble the last few years. And most recently is what got him, I know for sure they had a warrant issued out. Let's see here. Let me refer to my notes here. I think what got him in trouble is the warrant. And this is in Broward County. We're going to talk about when he got in trouble last month here in a bit in Hillsborough County, which is Tampa Bay or Tampa, Florida. But in Broward County, I believe the warrant that got him in trouble was the one that was issued in December of last year. And obviously, they probably wouldn't care to serve an actual warrant based on misdemeanor warrants. I don't know. It could be different in Florida, but we learned in the state of Oklahoma with covering Ski Mask Andy that they don't serve warrants for misdemeanor warrants. They actually will go to your home or try to get you, depending on where you're at, on a felony warrant if you have those. Basically, misdemeanor warrants is you get in some other type of trouble, the cops end up running your license, then they bring you in. But they don't necessarily actually go actively looking for you. So I don't know if that's different in Florida, but either way, he had a warrant from last year that had to do with not coming, pretty much failure to appear for these charges he was facing. And we're going to look at all this. So I'll show you everything I'm talking about. But again, just wanted to give you a little context into that. So let's look at his most recent mugshot and booking information. And then we're going to look at some of his case information here. And we're going to finish off by viewing a few other little videos and clips I have for you. So let's jump over here. So again, he's currently being housed out of Broward County's main jail. I think you guys can see. That's why I always check. There you go. Now you can see. And when we click here on his arrest number, you'll see that obviously he's still in custody. Otherwise, this wouldn't pop up or populate. The arresting agency was Fort Lauderdale. So there we go. I think I was right. I think I said the Fort Lauderdale area when I was talking to Broward, or when I was referring to the Broward County. All right, so here's what he's facing right now and what he'll be facing in court tomorrow. So, as you saw in the thumbnail, the reason I am breaking this news is, one, you may not have known that he was recently arrested. And again, that arrest date was up here. I just highlighted it, December 5th. And two, I'm also reminding you that he's got court tomorrow. So he's going to be facing these charges in court mañana. Pretty much, again, these have to do with charges he's already picked up, but these are charges that had to do for the reason the warrant was out for his arrest and why he was arrested on the 5th. We're going to watch a video, too, from his local news area. That's the Fort Lauderdale news area. That's going to also kind of give a brief description of what happened, too, on this latest arrest. So as you see, starting from the top, he's got a total of 8 charges. Starting from the top, we've got suspended driver's license, first offense. We've got operating a motorcycle without a valid ID. We've got fail to register a vehicle. Fourth charge is operating without a valid license, another one. Fifth charge is fail to register a vehicle, another one. We've got another operating without a valid license. That's number 6. We've got another fail to register vehicle charge. That's number 7. And then number 8's unlawful license tag / ticker attached. All right. And again, not all these are stemming from the same original charges. Let me show you here what I'm talking about. This will be a little bit easier to show you this. Whenever you go to Broward County and you do a case search for this individual, these are the cases that pop up. Now, a lot of these are all been disposed. A lot of them are pending or active cases, okay? We're not going to go into his disposed cases. As you heard from the little news clip that we played from Inside Edition, they said that he's got a criminal past that has to do with a lot of drug addiction. So I'm sure he's got drug-related charges, et cetera, et cetera. But we're just going to pay attention more to the ones that he's pending. So so from pretty much 2020 through 2021, he got a lot of these charges having to do with, without, like, I'll give you an example. Let's click on the 2020 charge or 2020 date. Go down here. This is when he was facing. So offense date was November 6th of 2020. Here he's facing 3 charges: operating without a valid license, fail of registration of vehicle, and motorcycle no improper rear view mirror. Okay. Then when we go to the next one, and I'll just be quick like this. We're not going to, like I said, get in too detail, but just to give you an idea of what these charges this guy's facing since that date, 2021. In December of 2020, he picked up 4 charges. And again, this was operating without a valid license, failed to register vehicle, unlawful license tag, sticker attachment, unlawful speed. Okay. So you guys kind of catch the drift. So I think he had 2 warrants or a total of 2 warrants that had been issued out since all these charges had started. He started picking up back in 2020. But most recently, like he said, he was on a warrant that was issued last year. December of last year, and that's what they had picked him up on. So let me show you the video here that kind of goes over what happened. Here it is. Oh, wait, this was a month ago. This is the one that he got last month. Give me a second. I got the wrong one. This is the most recent one. This is from another YouTube channel, excuse me, not a news channel. We're going to play the one from when he got in trouble last month. That's from an actual local news channel. But let me just share this short clip here with you.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Florida Lieutenant Dan who survived Hurricane Helene and Hurricane Milton and who just got a kick contract with Aiden Ross worth over $100,000 and was told he's going to get a new boat and a GoFundMe that raised over $43,000 was just arrested. And what's his occupation? TikTok star. And here he is right here getting his boat towed away. I mean, it's such a bitter end to such a positive story, at least in the beginning, right? All the good things always come to a bitter end sometimes. Here he is, and he might be locked away and throw away the key for a very long time. He has a lot of priors, folks. People, they spent their money donating to this man instead of families that actually need it. Such a shame. Well, they took his boat. He's locked up, and here's his mugshot. And you're not a TikTok star. Your star burned out when you didn't move your boat. Ladies and gentlemen, the Florida Lieutenant Dan.
Let me get that out of the way. There we go. All right. So, like I said, not the most informative, but just to give you an idea, there are some, individuals that have covered his last arrest. Like I said, I think his probably fame has started fizzing away, but, there are still people that follow him on TikTok. As a matter of fact, let me just share this with you. This is one of his TikToks that had 1 million views on it. I'll play this for you. Hold on, here it is.
I got woken up by the.
Oh, and here.
Tampa.
This is actually a good segue. Actually, I think this was. Hold on, I will listen to it, but this is either. I think having he did this maybe when he just before he got arrested last month, or it may have been when he just before he got arrested here come on December 5th. But either way, this is his own TikTok that's still obviously active. So let me play that for you and we'll listen.
TikTok. How's everybody doing this morning? I got woken up by the Tampa police about being in the park and not being registered, and he wanted to see my pump out loud because he came and I was trying to get him out of here. I said, I gotta pee. He just woke me up. He said, where are you gonna go pee? I said, in my coffee cup. Because that's a big problem. So where you go to the bathroom when you live on a boat, because you're surrounded by the water. Although you pump your shit in my water, the water I'm on. Never mind. All right. So listen, I'm not getting that GoFundMe money. I'm putting up this boat, my boat, that's been through 2 major hurricanes. Okay, I'm putting this up for auction. Today is Thursday. I'm going to run the auction for a week. I'm going to make posts about it every day, and I'll put down what the highest bid offer is. Send me a message with it through here. And
actually, let me pause that. And we're not going to play it all, but I'm pretty sure because he said Thursday, that was the day. They must have had one interaction with them first and wrote him out some tickets. I don't know if maybe the cops didn't realize he had a warrant then or came back and then served the warrant. But obviously, the boat, I don't think, is going to be put up for auction because I think based on that last video we saw from the off-topic show or off-topic channel, it looks like they've confiscated the boat. So, and towed it probably to a little boat yard. And, it's the same thing like if you didn't have your vehicle registered and they tow out the vehicle, you're going to have to get it registered, pay all the fines, fees, and all that. So that's going to be a little bit difficult when, you're in jail, one. And, and he's got a lot of other things he's got to deal with, according to jail costs, fines, and fees. And I think before he's got to worry about getting his boat out. But either way, let's go back. Just one last reminder to show you his next court date for those that are interested. Let me show you. Oh, actually, I'll show you that next. But let's go to this here first. Share tab. So let's see. I don't know if it's going to be on. Should show the same court date here. Yeah. So right here, he's got an arraignment in custody. It shows. Obviously, we just saw that he was in custody. We looked at his booking info. But he's got an arraignment tomorrow, December the 9th at 1:32 p.m. 1:32 p.m. That's Eastern time. And again, he's facing a total of 8 charges that I believe have to do with past charges that he failed to appear on. And he may have picked up some new ones on the 5th. They have some information. They don't have his most current case up yet. Obviously, when we go here, let me show you. You can see, these are the 10 cases that show up through Broward County. And you don't see a most recent one, which I'm sure is going to make its way soon. But either way, he's still facing the tomorrow court because of the fact that he's got to see a judge for the previous charges that he never showed up to. And they need to figure out what they're going to do with him on those. So that's pretty much your update on his most current charges. Now, again, remind you, he was just arrested last month, okay? So let me play you that news clip, and then I'm going to show you a little bit of the charges or case information because that's on another webpage. That's out of Hillsborough County because those charges were out of Tampa Bay or Tampa, Florida. Excuse me. I think it's the same thing, right? So here we go. Let me play that clip.
Welcome back. Well, tonight, the man who gained notoriety as Tampa's Lieutenant Dan is facing charges. Joseph Malinowski had warrants out after failing to appear on a trespassing charge. Tampa police say that he was seen at Bayshore Linear Park and Dock. Malinowski told them that he didn't have a bathroom on his unregistered boat and was reluctant to leave the park. He gained attention when Malinowski went viral, claiming that he would ride out the storm inside his houseboat.
There you go. Short to the point. But let me jump over here really quick, and I'll share with you what cases he's had in the past and what he's facing now as far as his caseload out of Hillsborough County. Okay, here you go. All right, we're getting a little smooth here. All right, so as you can see, when we do a name search for him, looks like he's had 3 cases. One of them has been closed. 2 of them are open. We're not going to go into the details of them, but again, like I said, this is just out of 2 counties in Florida. I don't know where else this guy's been and what his, whole previous criminal history record is, but obviously he's gotten in some, I would consider serious trouble with 8 charges he's facing now, and the fact that they had to issue out a few warrants to finally get him into court, the fact that he's now in custody with the $2,500 bond. But either way, this again is just what I've been able to find out of these 2 counties in Florida. But that's pretty much all I had as far as my kind of brief introduction into who Lieutenant Dan is. I don't think I had any other videos I wanted to share with you. No, I didn't. Like I said, not a person that's been around, I would say, the TikTok platform or social media for a long time. Maybe he has, but as far as coming to notoriety, excuse me, I said that wrong, but coming to the spotlight or the attention of, of all the, I guess, fans that he has now has just been probably as of a few months ago, since that first, or I wouldn't say first hurricane, but I think the second one is what got him his fame, was the Hurricane Milton and all the coverage he got from all these national news stations. And then, of course, Aiden Ross talking about him. But like I said, I had just read some news that Aiden Ross is possibly going to be leaving Kit. Maybe I misread, but I'm pretty sure that's what I had seen. So who knows if that's going to be an active contract anymore. But either way, this guy's got court tomorrow. Hell, I even think, if I'm not mistaken, you guys know James Worley. He comes in the chat, and I talk to him through Instagram every once in a while. He's the one that brought this guy to my attention first. And I think he's even had an encounter with him. I think James actually stream sniped him. As a matter of fact, let me see if I can even find that. If I'm not mistaken, I swear I think he did stream snipe this guy. James Worley stream snipes Lieutenant Dan. Actually, he's probably on his channel. Let's see if he's got it. It's probably alive. Let's see. Stream site, Mike Smalls Jr. No. Maybe it was on Lieutenant Dan's live stream and it wasn't on his. But either way, I don't know if some of you saw that clip. I can't see it right away, but I do know, I swear I thought there was an interaction that he had with him. But either way, like I said, nobody's too famous, but obviously famous enough to come to the attention of this channel. And like I said, a lot of you had reached out to me wanting some coverage of him. And hopefully you got a little bit of that. And like I said, I'll follow up with him. I guess we can add him to the court docket. And like I said, his case is going to be tomorrow. That's going to make, I guess, 2 cases now that we're going to follow up on this week. Don't forget, we've got on Tuesday, Sunset City 13, a.k.a. Marissa Dickinson's case, that she's going to be facing a few traffic infractions that day. So we'll get you an update there. It looks like I found out that he's also been arrested allegedly in North Carolina. This is Lieutenant Dan. I'm getting some information right now. Looks like he may have current warrants out of Palm Beach County. and possibly arrest out of Colorado for attempted bank robbery. So this guy's not a good guy, okay? Like I said, what's new from all these people that we cover? So looks like somebody in chat's even bringing up some of the information. So again, I haven't been able to, obviously, because I don't have the court documents in front of me, verify any of that. So I'm saying alleged, but I'm pretty sure it's probably true. What do we have coming up? Yeah, so we'll probably do an update on Tuesday because I'm sure a lot of people will be reaching out to me to see what happened. And I'm sure we probably can hear straight from Marissa. I don't know I'm going to necessarily bring her on for another interview, but I can always reach out to her if I don't find out what happened and see if she's willing to tell us, as just to make a statement that I can post. But either way, I'll get you an update on that. I still need to get you an update on what happened with EBZ's hearing. So I'm working on that. And then, like I said, then pretty much it's a quiet week. Unless we get more people that obviously, either get in trouble, or come into my attention that have court this week. But like I said, it should be a quiet week. And then the week after this one coming up, we'll get busy. Baseline Measure, thank you so much. Baseline with a $20 super chat that reads, if you have downtime, please look into the rabbit hole. That is Austin Joseph. Hold on, I need to write this. Tamargo, charges, yes, but more importantly, he's actively scamming people daily. I absolutely will, my friend. Let me just write this down. And thank you so much. You guys know what to do in chat. Spam them gavels, please. Let me spam my gavel really quick. All right, let me write this down. Austin Joseph Tamargo. All right, you got it, Baseline. And again, thank you so much for your continued support. Thank you. Thanks, Sunshinery. All right. So, yes, Dan is tomorrow. It's got a funny time, 1:32 p.m. And I'm still working on getting you a time for the Fuentes case. All I've been able to read, because, his case is not available to see, his most current one, through a court case search. So all the information I've been giving you on that case has just been from other news broadcasts that I've been able to read and get information off of having to do with this most recent case or arrest of his. So all it said is just that he has court on that day, but it hasn't given a time yet. So working on that, Sunshinery. All right. You're welcome, Spirit in the Sky Blue. All right. So let's see. So, yeah, we're going to continue with updates. Last night, I decided not to do the stream because, like I said, there's 2 events. I was only going to pick from one of them, so I'm going to do it tonight unless the weather gets bad or something happens to me, which I doubt. Seems like it's going to be a nice day. We're going to be going back to the university again. If you guys remember, we did the Illuminatia tour last year. Well, we tried. We didn't get a chance to jump on the little tour bus. That we're going to get on. I'm going to make sure and get there either early or we're going to just wait in the line till it's our turn, especially since I've already kind of done this. We'll walk through most of the areas for you last year, but, it's not going to be something new. If you haven't seen the Illuminatia displays or you don't know what Illuminati is, which is kind of our traditional holiday display or light display we do here in New Mexico, and I'm sure there's other southwestern states that do, but it's a tradition that you kind of just hear about in New Mexico, or probably started in New Mexico. Let's just say that. So I'm going to be going back to the university for that. Like I said, if you guys have already seen it, hey, come on by anyways and say hi, kick back. Like I said, maybe you'll see something new. We're going to go on the tour this year. We didn't get a chance to do it last year. And all it does is just drive you by a lot of other areas we may not have seen, but at least I was still able to walk around and hopefully show you guys a good idea of what the Illuminati is supposed to look like. So I'm going to be doing that tonight, and hopefully you guys will tune in. I'll put the notification out, about an hour before I get there. And like I said, I'm only going to stay there probably about an hour, just do one tour. I'm not going to stay there long because I did this already last year. I just want to see the lights that I didn't get a chance to see. So you guys are more than welcome to tag along and join. So you guys have a good rest of your Sunday. Hopefully for my people at work mañana, you have a great rest of your week. And then don't forget, we've got the Christmas coming up very soon. And then we jump right into the New Year. So a lot of holidays coming up. And hopefully you guys get a chance to take some breaks and get some rest and rejuvenate. For the rest of you lazy people like me, we'll see you this week again. No, I'm just kidding. I love you guys as always, but take care. Hopefully we'll see you tonight. If we don't see you before the Christmas time, have a wonderful holiday season, okay? NJCourts. Oh, I forgot. Don't forget, always check your six every once in a while, all right? Keep your head on a swivel. Take some time to love somebody, especially for this month. A lot of people get, a little depressed, I do during the winter time. You're staying inside. It's cold. You know what I mean? It's a lot of family events going on, and some of us may not have families around anymore, or just don't talk to our family as much. And, it gets a little lonely sometimes for some folks. So take some time maybe to give a call to somebody that you may know that may not be around for the holidays or something like that is all, But either way, we'll see you guys here tonight. And if you don't catch me on like the fun stuff, we'll definitely see you guys when we do our next court update this week. All right. NJCourts, don't say I didn't give you a little warning. Take them earbuds out. Is officially out of here. Before I go, let me just check the chat. Make sure I didn't miss any questions, comments, or concerns. We don't take complaints anymore. Ooh, I see people spamming the naughty sock again. Hopefully you guys like the new holiday emojis. I'm going to be adding a couple of more by the end of this year, obviously before Christmas. And hopefully you guys will enjoy. But I love seeing you guys spam those ones. It makes me laugh. You guys take care. Peace. We'll see you later. Adios, my friends.